Good morning. Hope you all are doing well on this beautiful spring morning. And it was a little cool, but boy, I think we are going to have beautiful sun and beautiful day on this April morning. So settle in, get ready, and I am kind of preparing to do a connection to the breath, a mindfulness connection to the kind of the anatomy of the breath. So I have always, the breath has always been something that has truly helped me move inward in a way that hardly anything else does. And so I just wanted to share this breath connection. And so we will really be looking at inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils, being aware of what's going on in the rib cage as we inhale and exhale. Any connections to, good morning, Terry. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. The connections to the rib cage and what happens when we inhale, observing that, the subtleties of that, what happens when we exhale, and then just observing both back and forth. And then come back up to the nostrils and then have a connection as the breath goes down to the base of the tongue. There's something about sitting there and just watching that base that can really become very still or silent for a moment. It just pulls you inward and then into the nasal passage and the whole area of the cranial area and sinuses and that. So we are moving on. And so get prepared. We are moving from going into the inner realm as we light our candles and know that this is just our chance to find that beautiful space that we have within us each and every day. So I always like to just be aware of how I am seated for a moment. And there is this lift through the chest, opening through the chest, dropping the shoulders, and lifting through the cranium as if the top of my head is kind of pulling up just a bit, and then releasing and relaxing as you just settle in this moment, feeling the body being lifted through the spine, but at the same time letting the muscles release and relax. Just taking a moment to notice any areas of the body that are kind of calling to you in tension. And that's that moment that you can just find those little tense areas and breathe into them. Feeling muscles let go. Feeling tension release. And you can inhale and take a nice big exhale. Just letting it all go. So now take a few moments to just become mindful of the breath. And we'll just begin with just breathing, noticing the rib cage as you inhale and exhale. And focus for the first few moments on the inhalation. As you inhale, notice those ribs expanding. Notice the gaps between the ribs as it gets bigger with each inhalation. Noticing the wideness in the ribs with each inhalation. Notice the lower ribs and notice how wide that gap is between them as you inhale. And then notice the upper ribs. And again, noticing how wide or in comparison to the lower ribs. And then bring your attention this time to the exhalation. Notice the shift downward as you exhale. Notice the diaphragm pulls up toward the upper ribs and then down toward the lower ribs as you exhale. Just following that movement. And now just observe both the inhalation and the exhalation and the movement of the rib cage. With each and every breath. See if you can let go of any pauses between exhalations and inhalations and inhalations and exhalations. See if they can roll right into the next without stopping, continuously flowing, and letting the mind just travel with the movement. Now bring your attention up into the nostrils, inhaling, taking just a couple of breaths to make that transition. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling back out through the nose, letting the mind's attention just observe. Now travel down the oral nasal cavity to the oral cavity to where the tongue connects. Think about your tongue and feel your mind's attention go down the tongue, relaxing it, letting go. Down through that oral cavity to the base of the tongue. And that tongue is right there where the breath comes down. And the breath will move through the epiglottis into the pharynx. So take a moment to just feel that tongue, releasing deep into the muscles, all the way down to the base, to the upper throat. Letting go. Those muscles work hard. So feel that let go that happens into the throat area. And then travel back up for a moment. As you inhale into the nostrils, feel the cool breath right there at the nostrils. As it comes in to the nostrils, it's cool. And as you exhale, it's warm. Notice that for a moment. As you feel that breath moving into the nasal passages, realize that just above that nasal passage is the cranium, the bones of the cranial system, the brain. So with each and every breath, feel that movement go across that cranial system. And there is something about that movement, very subtlety of it, that releases and lets go through the whole brain. So feel that with each and every breath. It's very subtle. The rhythmic flow. The in and the out. The pituitary gland is right there also. And again, just becoming aware that it is there, subtly affected. Sinuses are right there also. So feel the flow as it moves in and through gently. The rhythm of life. Inhaling and exhaling. With every inhalation, the air is warmed, it is moistened, and it is filtered. Bringing vital energy, oxygen to all parts of the body. So just sitting in that connection. That inner light that is there, available. The ebb and the flow of life. I hold you in this moment in divine life. So it is. Hope you have a beautiful day.